the sacrificial horse wandered into the land of Trigarta. The king of Trigarta, Suryavarma, and his son, Ketuvarma, attacked Arjuna, but Arjuna quickly defeated them. Afterward, he invited them to take part in the grand sacrificial event. Later, Arjuna encountered Vajradatta, the king of Pragjyotisha and son of Bhagadatta. Vajradatta was furious, accusing Arjuna, "You killed my father, but now I am young and full of strength. This is my chance to defeat you." Arjuna just smiled and accepted the challenge. They fought, but in the end, Vajradatta was defeated, and he acknowledged the rule of Yudhisthira. Similarly, the king of Magadha, Sahadeva's son, also fell to Arjuna's strength. When Arjuna and the horse reached Sind, Jayadratha's son died from the shock of hearing about Arjuna's approach. Soon after, Tasala, Jayadratha's sister and daughter of Dhritarashtra, came to Arjuna, carrying her grandson. With tears in her eyes, she pleaded, "Brother, please spare my grandchild." Arjuna, filled with sorrow, replied, "My dear sister, the life of a warrior is cruel. I killed your husband, and now your son has passed away from grief. I am deeply sorry." Tears welled up in his eyes, and he added, "May your grandson live a long, peaceful, and prosperous life." After their sad meeting, Arjuna moved on toward Manipur. In Manipur, Arjuna's son, Babruvahana, from his wife Chitragada, came to the city gates to welcome him. But Arjuna, still bound by duty, said harshly, "I am here with the sacrificial horse, not as your father. If you are truly brave, stop the horse." Confused and hurt, Babruvahana returned to his palace. Later, Ulupi, Arjuna's Naga wife, arrived from the Serpent Land. She approached Babruvahana and urged him, "My son, be worthy of your father's name. He challenges you not out of anger, but to see you rise as a true hero. Don't back down." Chitragada also encouraged her son, saying similar words. Inspired by his mother's, Babruvahana decided to take a stand. He stopped the sacrificial horse and challenged Arjuna to a fight. In the battle that followed, father and son clashed fiercely, each matching the other's skill. They fought for a long time, neither giving in. In the end, they both struck each other down with their arrows and fell on the battlefield. Chitragada rushed to the scene and fainted at the sight. When she regained consciousness, she cried out in sorrow, "Sister Ulupi, we have lost both our husband and our son in this terrible fight. How foolish we were to encourage it." After a while, Babruvahana regained consciousness, but he was filled with guilt. He turned to his mother and said, "The learned Brahmins, disciples of Yajnavalkya, say that." Babruvahana, stricken with guilt, looked at the people following the sacrificial horse and said, "How can I face them now? It's a great sin to kill a good man, a king, or a hero. But the worst crime of all is to kill one's own father. And I've done all of these. I killed my father, who is not only a great man, but also a king and a hero. I don't deserve to live anymore. I will end my life by fasting to death." At this moment, Ulupi stepped forward, holding a magical gem called Sanjivani. She reassured Chitragada and Babruvahana, saying, "Don't worry, I can bring Arjuna back to life with this gem." She placed the gem on Arjuna's chest and invoked its powers. Almost instantly, Arjuna came back to life. As he opened his eyes, he looked at Babruvahana and said, "I wanted to test your bravery, and you passed. But I'm surprised to see Chitragada and Ulupi here. What happened?" Ulupi explained, "My lord, the river goddess Ganga cursed you for attacking Bhishma unfairly by hiding behind Sikandi. She was angry with you, and this was your punishment. Now that you've suffered and died here on earth, the curse is lifted, and you've escaped the torments of hell." Arjuna was satisfied with this explanation and was pleased. He then invited Babruvahana, Chitragada, and Ulupi to join him in Hastinapura for the grand sacrificial ceremony, the Asvamedha Yaga, which was to be held on the first full moon of spring. Babruvahana, grateful for his father's forgiveness, asked Arjuna to stay in his palace for a while, but Arjuna gently declined. "My dear son," he said, "I am bound by duty to protect the sacrificial horse. I cannot indulge in royal comforts or luxuries while on this sacred mission, as it is forbidden by the scriptures." Afterward, Arjuna continued his journey, defeating the Gandharas and eventually returning to Hastinapura with the horse. Babruvahana, Chitragada, and Ulupi had already arrived and were warmly welcomed by Yudhishthira. Kunti, Subhadra, and Draupadi also greeted them with love and kindness. When the day of the Asvamedha Yaga finally arrived, Yudhishthira performed the grand ceremony with great splendor and magnificence, even surpassing the earlier Rajasuya Yaga. Princes from all around attended the sacrifice, and the Brahmins were generously rewarded. The poor and needy were taken care of, and no one left empty-handed. Sri Krishna praised Yudhishthira, saying, "O great soul, thanks to your generosity, there will not be a single beggar in all of India during our lifetime." Sri Krishna smiled at Yudhishthira and said, "There is no one left poor in your kingdom, except you, since you've emptied your treasury completely." Despite this, Yudhishthira's brothers were filled with pride. They admired their brother for giving away all the wealth down to the last coin. The learned Brahmins, witnessing this act of generosity, proclaimed in unison, "In the past, present, or future, there has never been, nor will there ever be, a donor like Dharmaputra, who has given so much to so many." The princes who had attended the grand sacrifice were gifted elephants and horses. Babruvahana, Arjuna's son, was given gold, silver, and precious gems. He returned to Manipur, while Chitrangada and Ulupi remained in Hastinapura. Balarama, Krishna, and Satyaki were also honored, and after saying their goodbyes, they returned to Dvaraka. Later, King Janamejaya, the great-grandson of Yudhishthira, asked the sage Vaisampayana, "O wise scholar, you have recounted the glorious events of the Asvamedha Yaga. I am filled with joy and admiration for my great-grandfather, who gave away his entire treasury in charity. But now, I ask you to tell me what you consider to be the most remarkable event from those times. I want your honest opinion, for I know you speak only the truth. In a world where most try to please kings and flatter their egos, you have shown wisdom by presenting the virtues of both sides. You did not paint Duryodhana and his kin as mere villains, nor did you shy away from pointing out the flaws of the Pandavas. It has been thrilling to listen to your stories, and I'm sure future generations will be equally captivated." Vaisampayana replied, "Great king, if you wish to hear the most striking scene, then listen closely. I shall now tell you the story of the golden weasel,